Well, it's been exciting to ride because I think it feels so different to what I have been riding for a long time. Just the responsiveness off the tail and how it felt through turns, but then combined with how easy it was to nose ride was just like a breath of fresh air. It was just kind of like, oh, this is fun. The intent was just to have something, a longboard, a more traditional longboard, but one that turns faster and, you know, is more reactive off the tail, will carry speed more through a turn, will let you, you know, drive a cut back round further instead of just down, and to carry speed through a turn and not just pivot and slow down as much, but then still nose ride really, really good, if not better than some of the boards that do that. I mean, there's definitely a very obvious deep concave. It blends out, but blends out quite aggressively just before center. And that paired with, I think this has got, like, depending on the size, but 1/2 inch more tail rocker, nose and tail, compared to a lot of the other models. So it's a lot curvier overall. And that with the concave, but then the bottom shape's kind of quite a lot flatter from the middle to the tail. So that kind of sits up on the water a little more and makes it feel more responsive. With the deep concave too, and how it blends with the rocker, it's almost like an apex, like quite an exaggerated apex in the rocker. This bit's fast and this rocker line through there is flat and fast, but because of this apex, it doesn't outrun it. It still just stays in the pocket. Not quite as pinched or as foiled as a lot of the other rails. It doesn't have the apex kind of pulled up high. It's like a really simple 50-50 rail in the middle. Quite a serious amount of bevel on the edge of the concave at the front, but like quite close out to the rail. And then soft all the way back, and it's just the edge only comes in like literally the last inch of the tail will have quite a sharp edge, but it's quite an abrupt transition from 50-50 soft rail all the way just to that edge right at the tail. I mean, years ago we had edge in like a lot more classic involvement style boards that work great, but super niche. I think they, you know, really work in really specific conditions, where the idea of this was to work in a really, really broad range of conditions. And I think for 3 months I was only riding it in shitty beach breaks and shoreys and stuff, and really enjoying it. And I think that made me think it really works, because if I was loving it and enjoying it in really crappy waves, then that's a good sign, because a lot of boards, you know, anything works to some extent in perfect waves. So having something that was working really well in really average conditions, that was a winner for me. And then, yeah, after months of average waves, finally this time of year getting decent point waves again, and then getting to try it and dial it in with it. I think I'm up to the 5th or 6th version this would be of rounds of little changes, but getting it in good waves and just going, okay, it works. Like, it was kind of first surf in decent waves. It was like, yep, it's like crazy nose rides, and then when you get those sections where you can wrap a turn, it could go right around and back into the whitewash, not just the little pivoty log turns, but just having that, I guess, confirmation, or like ticking that box that, yep, good waves, it definitely does what I was expecting.